We all know there might be a government shutdown next week, and the last major shutdown was in 2013 from October 1st to October 17th. And I'm a federal worker, and I was furloughed, sent home. And the first day is kind of like a vacation. You're kind of excited. It was kind of the same feeling I had when in junior high we had a small fire in our gym and we got sent home. The second day is a little less exciting. By the third day, you get kind of depressed and bored, and you're kind of wondering what's going to happen. And I saw in the paper that this hamburger place called Z Burger was giving free hamburgers to furloughed federal workers. And the last day was October 3rd, and it was from 11 to 1 p.m. And according to the article, this was the last day they were going to give them because, quote unquote, the demand was enormous. So I figured, sometimes when you're depressed, people say you should do something to cheer you up. But in this case, I wanted to do something more depressing so I could sort of wallow in it. So I go to Z Burger. It's like 11:15, really early, but it's really crowded. I walk in, and it's oddly quiet. People aren't really talking much or laughing or anything. And it's kind of like this sort of hushed self-loathing. And I look around, and it's predominantly solitary, male, middle-aged federal workers. My people. So I get to the counter and I say to the guy, I'd like a free cheeseburger, and saying those words was like really embarrassing. And this guy looked like he was having the worst week of his time at Z Burger working there, and I'm sure he was. And he tells me, "No, you only get a free hamburger." So I said, "Okay, fine, I'll have a free hamburger." And he says, "Would you like fries and Coke with that?" And I think, there's this stereotype of the federal worker as being kind of a cheapskate, and it's not really true, but there is a cohort where it's not that far-fetched. And I didn't want to be in that cohort, so I said, "Yes, I'll have fries and a Coke." So then I say, do you want my government ID? Because the paper said that you had to show your valid government ID to get the free hamburger. And he says, "No, I just need your name." And I'm thinking, oh, that's interesting. So I give him my full name, Leonard G. Krueger, and I spell out my first name because it's an odd spelling, Lennard. And he types it into his computer, and everything seems to be fine. And then it's the fries and Coke are like $5, which I thought was kind of expensive for fries and Coke. And so I'm waiting for my hamburger, and I hear like, "Joe, your order is ready. Bill, your order is ready." And I have this horrible realization that no, Z Burger does not have a tie-in to the OPM database. They're just asking for your name so they can call you when your order's ready. And then I know what's coming. It's Leonard G. Krueger, your hamburger's ready. And people are looking at me like, who is this douche? So I get my food, I slink off to this table. I'm looking around, and I mentioned that cohort before. Well, they were very well represented in Z Burger. There are a lot of guys just sitting there eating single hamburgers, and several of them had brought in water bottles from home. And I had one of the most joyless meals I've ever had. I'm just quickly and grimly just filling my belly so I can get out of there. And I see there's TV cameras setting up. It was in Tenleytown, and there's a lot of TV stations. And so they're interviewing people in line, and some guy they're interviewing is getting all incensed about something. And I'm thinking, is he decrying the government shutdown because they're using federal workers as pawns, or is he complaining about paying for the fries and Coke? I don't know. So anyway, I go home. That's over with. And the good news was, a few days later, my wife and I had already planned a trip to the UK, so we went to the UK during the shutdown, which was great. And while we were in the UK, the shutdown ended. And so next week we could have another one, like I said, and there are a lot of questions. Will it happen? Will Z Burger give free hamburgers? Will I go? And if I don't go, will I find something else so I can wallow in my self-pity? Thanks.